The video stopped. At any rate, the unit came in. The laptop was warped inward. The liquid crystal display was cracked. Operating system was fully visible, working through the liquid crystal display, even though it was broken. The client had lent their MacBook notebook to a friend. The friend put it in a backpack. The weight of books, or the weight of sitting on the books, warped and broke the notebook, the MacBook. It was brought to me. I replaced the screen. It went out. I didn't have the charger. He did not bring to me the charger, which I have now. So when the battery died, I didn't have any way to test the screen to ensure that the screen was functioning after I installed it. The client did not care, apparently, and left even after I reminded him to bring the charger so that I could plug it in and verify that the screen was working. He left and he came back to pick it up and paid for the screen repair. What am I looking for? This. So he paid for the screen repair, brought it home. The screen was not working. Didn't display anything at all, didn't display any light flashes, nothing. So I had to bring it back, investigated the issue. I had to clear the SMC in order for the screen to be used, to be recognized by the logic board for some proprietary, possibly proprietary, insane reason. Ended up coming back because he wanted to replace. Is this the one? No. Which one are you? Because he wanted to replace the keyboard, because the keyboard spacebar on the left side was lightly damaged. This is gonna be a pain in the ass here. All of these, there's like 80 screws on this thing. At any rate, the keyboard was working just fine. The old keyboard is working just fine. This is the old keyboard. I had to strip off the back just to access the screws that are in the back. But this unit works just fine. If I put this in here and it continues to work fine, it doesn't do any more of the wonky apparent manufacturer defect issues, then I'm going to have to initiate a refund. There's no way in hell I'm sending out this broken keyboard. I'm not paying $30 or $40 to ship a broken keyboard back to China. And I'm gonna make sure that eBay and PayPal recognize that. I would literally be losing money shipping a manufacturer defect item just to have a refund for it. But replaced his keyboard, tested it, was working just fine. All of the keys responded like they were supposed to. Tested out in his password box, when the one that you have to log into when you click on the client's username. All of the character keys assigned a character as they were supposed to. I did have to use a keyboard remap application that's often used by Mac and Apple users to remap the keys, the function keys, because none of them would work for either the function F1 functions or the assigned hardware functions. This one, it left working just fine. Brought it back, and it wasn't working just fine. It was going wonky, haywire, which to me is disappointing. I looked at it. You may very well be stuck with this old broken spacebar. Not broken, a little bit lightly damaged. It's in no way a hindrance to typing unless you are a feather light finger, like finger, like a pansy. Spacebar. Spacebar. On the left side of the spacebar key. It was a repair operation that he wanted to get done, so I did it. I ended up having a poor quality item shipped to me, I guess. I do have to say, it smelled horrendous when I opened the package. It smelled like I walked into a crude oil fuel refinery. Fucking nasty, overly fresh plastic, burned plastic, gross. That was the packaging. The keyboard, the physical keyboard, doesn't smell like that. The packaging was just noxious. At any rate, once the 10-minute mark on this vid segment has been reached, I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to turn it back on until I go to install or remove, lift up, and peel away the new keyboard. Alright, so gonna go ahead and remove all these frickin' screws. Oh, and there's ones on the side. I didn't put them all back because they are so tiny that I literally can't. I don't have a micro screwdriver Phillips. I was barely able to screw these ones back in. Or these ones back in, the ones that I did. And I did so on a structural integrity analysis. Space them out just enough that they work as intended. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of screws that have to be removed. This is probably why they sell the palm rest with the keyboard on it. Of course, I'm doing this at 2 in the morning. This customer likely has to invest in these repairs because he had stated that he only paid $100 into this $1,000 unit, and he doesn't actually own it. He's still renting or buying it from, I don't remember where. Staples, Best Buy, whatever. So he's still under contract with it. I will, however, be keeping the keyboard installation fee, primarily because I might not get my refund back. because of how long I've had to wait for the guy to come and pick it up. His MacBook notebook. He's a college student, so I'm trying to do as much as I can for him. So I know college life is a living hell. I even offered him my own laptop to use while this one's was being worked on. He turned it down.